Busy early season. There have been some who've criticised and perhaps doubted the wisdom of his very extensive programme in these early weeks, but Linford himself says he's still not fully fit. He wants as many races as possible. He wants to get sharp, and he certainly was sharp on Friday night in that England versus USA match when he took on at least two of the characters he'd be facing in this race here. Emmett King of the United States, who will run next to him in lane 4. That's King, the 29-year-old, who was very disappointing, 6th on Friday night, as you will see here in the race. Linford Christie in the long red shorts in the centre. Not the best start, but a superb finish. That was England-USA then on Friday night. Now the scene switches from Birmingham to Belfast. Linford Christie saying #1. And the reason behind that was that Emmett King had been having a little bit of a go at Linford, saying that when the teams met in an indoor international at Cosford in the winter, he felt that when Linford Christie switched from the 60 metres that he should have been running in to the 200 metres, he'd done it to avoid King, and he called him chicken. Well, Linford doesn't like that kind of language from anyone. So let's go along the lanes then. The 32-year-old Ernie Obeng, winner of three A's titles over the years, runs in lane 1. In lane 2 is a guy who's making his first visit to the United States. There he is, 22 years old Dennis Mitchell from America, and he's turned in two superb sprint performances in the last week. 10.04, which was actually wind-assisted time, and 10.03, which was legal. He's from Florida State University, and he's very close to the best times in the world this year, status that he holds with fellow American Joe DeLoach. For Christie, wearing number 19, running in lane 3, 10.18 his winning time on Friday night, despite that poor start. The European champion, making in fact his first ever visit to Belfast. Here's Emmett King, American champion in their recent championships in 10.04, the best time he's ever achieved, although he's been around a long time. He's 29 now and took the bronze medal in the World Championships back in 1983. Lee McNeil, who was just a metre behind Linford in that race on Friday night in Birmingham, an American, he's 23, won a gold medal in the World Championships relay in Rome a year ago. And another American, Darren Cancel, 4th over 200 metres on Friday night. Linford Christie has been saying that his confidence is very high at the moment, as you'd expect. He's been training with Daley Thompson, and Daley's helped to boost his confidence. He's a competitor. He likes to hate, if you like, those he runs against, and he's certainly got all the motivation in the world for racing well against Emmett King. And also, he respects the 22-year-old Dennis Mitchell on his inside in lane 2. The men's 100 metres. Can Linford Christie continue his winning spell? False start made by Lee McNeil. I was mentioning just before the false start the best times in the world this year. Dennis Mitchell right up there with them, with Joe DeLoach, Emmett King. So we've got two of them in this race facing Linford Christie. Carl Lewis also, of course, has been taking part in long jumps around the world. No Ben Johnson, you'll see, but Ben Johnson's been injured, and no one doubts that he will be right when Seoul in the Olympic Games comes around. Lee McNeil in the almost swimming goggles there in lane 5, responsible for the false start. A reminder of the lineup then. Ernie Obeng in 1 from Great Britain. Dennis Mitchell of the United States in 2. The man that Linford Christie says he has a lot of respect for. He's never raced him before. Linford Christie in lane 3. Emmett King in lane 4. Lee McNeil in lane 5. Darren Cancel in lane 6. King on the left, Christie on the right. When I say, in fact, that Linford hadn't raced Mitchell, he had faced him over 200 metres, but never before over the shorter sprint. Good start for Linford Christie. Better than usual, but Mitchell is looking very good. Christie in between those two Americans, and here he comes with his traditional late surge, and just made it. It was very, very close. From our angle, it looked as though he just got there ahead of Dennis Mitchell, though he knows that's the toughest race he's faced this season, and he was very pointed in going across to shake the hand of Dennis Mitchell, but not of Emmett King. Well, Jack Buckner, this is one to have a long look at when they reach the line in slow motion. My initial reaction was that Linford just made it, but it's going to be close.
It is, isn't it? I thought, first of all, that Linford had got it, but seeing it on the replay, I'm not so sure now. Maybe he pulls back very well in the last 10, 15 metres, and it looks like he just got it.
Well, Linford Christie made a good start then. Powerful upper shoulders, a big, big man, motivated, terrific concentration in his eyes there. He knew that Mitchell was a classy performer, and that's what he needed. And it brought the best, or very near it anyway, out of Linford Christie. We may have to wait for the judges to finally decide, but for me, Linford just got there. So, if that's confirmed, it's another victory in this startling beginning to the 1988 season for Linford Christie. Well, coming up soon in Belfast, one of Britain's World Championship medalists, Peter Elliott, in action